Well, welcome to Cigar Professor for this month's final cigar of the pack. Thank you for joining us. I am flying solo tonight at the moment. We don't know where Omar is. He is probably going to just be late as usual. He's never missed a show, so I'm guessing, well, we'll wait and see. And apparently Topher dared venture across the border south into Victoria and has been unexpectedly delayed. His route home has been delayed or blocked or something like that. So anyway, for the time being, you've got me. And hopefully shortly you will have Omar joining us. But as usual, he's non-responsive and it's anyone's guess where he is or what he is doing. Daniel, good evening and welcome to you. And Steve, good evening to you as well. So tonight's cigar, we have smoking the Hammer and Sickle, Hermitage No. 1 St. Petersburg in a Churchill. We have had it in a Robusto, we've had it in a Toro, and both times they've been fantastic smokes. And I sort of figured the Churchill came up. It is never going to be produced again. And there was just enough stock for me to buy in order to make it for this pack. So I thought, why the heck not? And as you know, I am the person who absolutely loves getting hold of cigars that you'll never get again. So that being said, we're going to kick off this cigar and see how it goes. It's a lovely box press cigar. There is a fair bit of age on this. The best of the research that I could find, which was not very conclusive, is that these were probably made around about the 2016 mark, maybe a little bit after that. But they were definitely out of production a few years before COVID, and the business went under during the COVID years as well. As you can see, there's a little bit of yellowing on the cellophane. So that's indicative of a bit of age in that cigar. It's got a lovely barnyard aroma to it, and it's actually quite a rectangular box press, which I must admit is a little bit of a favourite of mine, to actually have a little bit more width than height when it comes to a box press cigar. I just find it fits in the mouth a bit better. And g'day Stu, how are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. So if you are joining us on the live view tonight, please drop a comment, say g'day. It's definitely going to be the only way that this show tonight is actually going to be interesting, rather than me going on and on and on as a monologue. And the other option that I've just got to send a message to Omar just to chase him up to make sure that he actually does remember the link, because knowing Omar, he's probably looking for the link, even though I've sent it to him 2 or 3 times today. But I will send it to him again nonetheless. The other thing is too, I have left a surprise present for Omar tonight, and I'm going to get him to open it on the show. Something I bought back from America for him at great inconvenience to myself, but look, we'll wait and see what actually happens. So I am going to cut this cigar and we will get it lit and underway. Wow, super easy draw. Really, really easy draw. I'm probably going to have to be very careful on my draw on this, so as not to overheat it. What you generally find on a cigar that has a very easy draw like this, you can actually draw too hard and too fast and actually overheat the tobacco. I do prefer a cigar with just a little bit more resistance than this cigar is. But if any of you are joining us tonight are smoking this same cigar, please let us know how you're finding that cigar, whether the draw is loose or tight. And Tony, g'day, thank you for joining us. I know it's a bit back to basics, but heck, it's always worth going on and mentioning the basics every so often. When you're initially lighting up a cigar, don't hit the flame onto the tobacco. It's a little bit hard to see the flame on this lighter. It's a little jet flame triple. I haven't got it on its maximum setting, but I am holding it away. It's probably about 2 inches from the flame to where the actual cigar is, but you can actually see, or hopefully you can see, it's actually starting to flame up without actually touching. And so what you want to do is you want to rotate the cigar around and try and get a nice even toast. You want to get it so that all parts of it are glowing red when hit by the flame. And once you've got an even amount of toasting and everything there is glowing red when the flame hits it, then you're going to have a little bit of a draw with a bit of the flame just near it so that you'll actually draw a bit of flame in as well. I don't know if you could see that in the video, but it looked like part of my cigar wasn't lit properly. See how there's a black spot at the top? So I'm going to just try toasting that area and light at the same time. Almost there. Just one little bit to the side. Perfect. It's always good, once you've lit up your cigar, to turn around, just do a little gentle blow on it. The purpose of that blow, excuse me, I got a little bit of cuts back on my lip, is just so that you can actually see whether you've evenly lit that cherry. And I can see it's glowing just right, so we're right to start off. But right off the cuff, black pepper. It's quite a pepper, maybe a little bit of leather in there on the initial light up. And look, the man himself has finally decided to join us. G'day, Omar. How are you?
James, what's going on, bros?
Oh, I've got a very bad audio with you at the moment. It's not there at all. It's just sort of a chirp every so often.
It's not working?
No, absolutely nothing coming through.
Wow, that's weird. Anything?
No.
Nothing.
No sound at all. Just the occasional chirp coming through. Is this on your laptop?
Yes.
Maybe try doing a reboot and come back in.
Because I was trying to jump in. Okay, let me.
Can't hear a word you're saying, unfortunately, Omar.
Okay.
We will leave you have a little play around with that. One of the things when you log into StreamYard, you can test your audio, so hopefully he can test that. But in the meantime, Daniel's joined us. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Now, I'm having audio problems with Dan as well. Can you hear me all right? All right, so it might be at my end that... Okay, so all you guys can hear him fine, but I can't hear you guys at all. That's very interesting. Well, I'm going to wait for Omar to come back in, and then if Omar can take the show, then I'll log out and come back in on that show to see if that fixes the problem. The joys of modern technology. I did notice that when I came in, the countdown wasn't working properly. Did anybody notice that as well? Somebody says they can't hear Daniel, though. They can hear Omar, but not Daniel. So Daniel can't be heard either. So interesting. The joys of modern technology. Well, what I'm going to do is wait for Omar to join back in, because if I jump out of this, it will actually cancel the transmission. But if Omar logs in, I think I can hand over to him. Just sending him a message. Sorry about this, everybody. Wow. Anyway, tasting note update on the cigar is that it has definitely died down on that pepper lighter. There's now a little bit of a floral note on the retro. There's almost a little bit of a sweet cedarwood on the footnote smoke as well. This is turning out to be a very, very nice startup on a cigar. Can you hear me all right, Daniel? Yeah? Cool. All right. Hey, Omar, how are you?
I'm good. Is it working?
Look, I think it could also possibly be my end of the connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of the show, let you host it for a minute, and then I'll come back in. All right?
All right.
All right. Daniel, can you hear Omar all right? Yep, sweet. All right, I will be back.
Yo. What's going on, Daniel? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? What about now? I cannot hear you. So, boys, there's nothing coming through. I think that's something wrong somewhere. There's something wrong somewhere. It'd be interesting to know from our viewers if anyone can hear us or not and what's going on there. Because as it stands, I absolutely cannot hear you. So, boys, is anyone watching? Can you send us a message and say if you're watching, where you at, so we can get some conversation going? So, I'm not too sure how much you guys know about Hammer and Sickle, but some very serious cigars, some very, very serious cigars they are. I think Damo might have mentioned that from the light up, it went a little bit bitter, a little bit spicy, but there's an undertone, and underneath there is some sweetness going up. It's absolutely beautiful. And box press is my favorite shape of any cigar. As soon as cigar is box press, it's such a breeze. Yeah. So we miss on everyone today. No Topher, which is normal for him to miss the show. There's nothing. It's abnormal when he kind of like pops up. Like not that we want him to pop up, but yeah. So Topher is gone. Damo obviously got some technological problems, and Dan is gone because he wouldn't know what technology is. So wow. Absolutely gorgeous this is. The bitterness, that seedy slash just the skin type of rand type of bitterness has kind of toned down a little bit. And what you have now is a very earthy sweetness coming through at the minute. It's beautiful.
And I am back. How's that?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too. Fantastic. Let me just add Daniel back in. There we go.
Nah, that's a negative.
I can hear you.
Nah, but I can't hear Dan. There's nothing.
Okay. Did you hear Dan before I came in?
Nah, he had some problems.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm just going to adjust the camera again. Turns out for me, it was a dirty connection on the cable that goes from my laptop to the camera.
Oh, gotcha.
I basically had to pull it out and put it in a couple of times, and it started working. So there you go.
Yeah, perfect. You got to let Dan know he's not that good looking. We could just handle that face without any sound coming out. That's just kind of a torture, goddammit. I mean, you could get a new face, but bro, it costs a lot of money, man.
Wait, so Daniel, just so you know, when you actually come into the before you enter the studio, there should be a thing there where you can do the settings of choosing your audio and video source. It actually lets you do a sound check on the audio source there with a little graph. So if you want to log out, log in, see if you can problem shoot on the way in with that. Might help. Yeah. Alrighty. How are you, Toph? Sorry about that, Omar.
That's all right. I mean,
what a night! What a night! We've had drama straight off the cuff. It didn't want to go live for me when I hit the live button, and then when it did go live, the countdown froze, and all sorts of fun and games tonight.
Yeah,
this is like not my skill set. This is why we have Topher on the show, because he's the video IT guru.
Tend to disagree. He's half the time he's not here. And mind you, show has been working fine. Did one with David Lineham. I remember it just went like a breeze. The spring breeze. Just not even a breeze, like a spring breeze. Mr. Stu is kind of charming in, man. Sack that. Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah. Anything without a beard should be sacked immediately. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a big night tonight. It's the last cigar of the pack. I got to announce the next pack. I only chose which cigars to put in the next pack like 30 minutes ago because I went, oh, bugger, I haven't done it. I better do it.
Yeah.
And, yes.
So what you
How
got?
Are you finding the cigar?
Look, when you were there, I'm trying to talk, and I think it's a very interesting stick. First of all, I love the box presses. It's just a perfect. It's very interesting because it started off with being this undertone of bitter note with some sweetness in it. So it started up bitter and spicy with sweetness at the same time. So bitterness is almost gone. Spice is there, more like an allspice or white pepper. And you have this sweet bitterness. bit or sweetness that has an end of, I don't know, earthy bitterness, if that's a word, or celery seed bitterness type of thing.
Yep.
But it's sweet, if that makes sense. It's sweet.
My light up for me was very strong black pepper initially,
Yeah,
with a little bit of a sort of a leather on the back end of the pepper. Definitely had a almost floral cedar note on the foot. My draw's very, very loose. It's a very loose straw on mine.
All right,
I actually have to regulate my puffing on mine, so that I'm not drawing too hard on it.
Do you think you need to, like a thermostat? Do you think you need to recalibrate your drawing or whatever you want to call that after your visit to Uncle Perdomo?
You're just jealous.
I don't know about that. You kind of like turned me off from Uncle Nick a little bit after listening to some of the conversations, man.
But actually, I'm just wondering what this button is. This button here
Yes.
adds. Oh, I can add an image file. Hang on, let me see if this works. I am going to see if I can find.
Be careful what you click on.
Oh, yes. I don't want to. Oh, definitely not that one.
What you got there?
Hey, there's some pictures here of you, Omar.
Which one?
I absolutely put some
effort.
I definitely uploaded some photos here. Just trying to find them. I thought I wanted to share some photos. Don't you love it when you think you know where you actually saved something and when you actually go to where you saved them? Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I don't know how to read the alphabet.
That sounds about right.
That's the one.
What you got in
there? So I opened it. Here we go. Yes.
Oh,
yes, I met the man himself when I was in America. I got to go and do an interview with Uncle Nick.
Yeah, we can tell. You can see with Uncle Nick so a little excited, getting all red and purple.
Yep, that's it. And actually, I've got some other photos there as well, but I've just discovered that this StreamYard doesn't like the format that the other photos are in, so that's a shame. Look, we've got Dan back. Let's see if he's got his audio working. Hello, Dan.
Oh, my God. Nah, dude.
No, we don't have audio.
Nah.
That's a shame.
Man. That's a shame, man. And just remember, the face not good enough, man. It's kind of like going through pain, man. Trauma management, man.
Oh. So yes, I did go and meet with Uncle Nick, and I did. This isn't interfering with the stream, is it? What I'm doing at the moment, Omar?
Yeah, no, it's good.
That's good. Cool. All right. So what I'm going to do, just going to see if I can grab some of these photos in a different format.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who else is watching the show tonight?
Who's that?
I'm asking you. Do you know who else is watching the show? There's many good questions.
So we've got Stu, we have Steve, obviously Dan and Tony.
Oh, yeah.
that's all. Oh no, actually, we've got David Lionhelm. Hello, David. It's nice to see that you've
I haven't heard from
joined
David in a
us.
long time, dude.
I know. Well, look, it seems a long time for me because it's been 2 months since my last show because I wasn't on last month. So it's been a while. I really wanted to join you, but Qantas just don't know how to have Wi-Fi for some reason while you're flying. I mean, I would have thought that's the most logical thing to have, but apparently not so.
Yeah. That's Qantas for you, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Qantas for you, but I guess they have some kind of restrictions in all their classes about technology, and I think they're supposed to upgrade a whole lot of things, but you don't know when it's not going to happen. How's your stick going, Dames?
It is going really well. I've just converted a couple of these other pictures.
Yes,
because we're talking about Perdomo, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh look! I'm wearing the shirt. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
I went and saw him. Like.
Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started about this, man.
One. And then I'm going to add that one. And then I'm going to add that one. So, here's me smoking in the Perdomo Lounge at Perdomo HQ.
Yeah, that's in Miami.
Correct. Yep. And this is their walk-in humidor that they've got.
That's a big mofo.
Another view of it. Yep. Everything that they've on their current inventory is there.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
was there anything that interests you a little bit that you hadn't had or something?
Look, they had the Legacy 30 anniversary there, which, sorry, not the Legacy 30. What is it? It was just the Legacy series cigar. Look, that was quite nice. I still think I like the ESVs over the Legacy.
What's the difference? What do you think was the difference?
Well, it's a bit hard when you don't smoke a cigar side by side. Don't get me wrong. The Legacies were nice. I think they're a bit more flavor forward. Also a younger tobacco than what would have been used in the ESVs, and also the ESVs are so old now that the ones that I do smoke are really, really well aged. So it's a little bit hard to compare. Still great cigar. But yeah, got to have some time with Nick, met his son Nicholas, who's gearing up to take over the business. Got to see how they run their operations there. So in Miami is just their distribution warehouse and like their own little retail store and cigar lounge. Mm-hmm. And so got to chat, got to ask Nick some questions and made a short, I think it was like a 10-minute video of talking to him and asking some questions. I did get some questions from you guys on that last show that I was on to put towards him. One of the questions that Topher wanted to know was about a Lancero. I didn't raise that question with Nick because I was speaking with his production manager and his son before I was speaking with Nick. And apparently, Uncle Nick's not a fan of the Lancero.
Yeah.
So,
how weird.
He likes the big fat cigars, Mm. He's not a fan for the skinny little things. So,
yeah. All right. No comment.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
No,
it's
I mean,
probably
he's definitely got an eye and a passion for quality.
yeah.
And
We don't.
Hang on, just got a question here. Tony, do we get to see the Damo interview? Yes, you will. I have to edit it down slightly. There's a little bit at the beginning. It's got to be trimmed off. I had a little hiccup in the middle. I just got to trim out and just tidy up the end. But once it's done, I'm definitely going to stick it, play it in one of these live herbs, either the next one or the one after. It's been a long time since I've done any video editing, so I'll have to get myself up to speed with how you do it these days. What do we got here from David? Bought a box of David off late hour a few days ago based on last month's stick. I smoked one. It was superb. Yeah, absolutely great stick, that late hour. I've had a few of those. Actually, I was very fortunate that while I was in America, because the prices are so ridiculously good over there without exorbitant tax, that I had a few of them myself, but I actually had them in a larger Vitola size. It was about the Robusto size while I was there, and that was a good easy fallback smoke when I was struggling to pick anything. So, yeah, this is true. David off do produce a great stick.
Yeah, they produce a great stick. Yeah.
Look, I agree with you, but I tell you what, when I was in America and I was seeing the prices of those cigars, look, you're going to be proud of me, Omar. I started off when I first got into America, 2 sticks a day. And within about 3 days of 4 days of being there, I was up to 3 to 4 sticks every day.
Wow. 3 to 4 sticks.
Yep.
I don't know, smile or cry, or I don't know what you want me to do, but
look,
it could be a good thing.
Well, the price was right, and the selection was
great
at my fingertips. It was like I smoked a lot of cigars that I already knew, because sometimes I just wanted something. You know how like sometimes you just feel like something comfortable, something expected, something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But every day I tried to smoke a different cigar I hadn't smoked before, that I hadn't tried, and I found some really good ones.
Did you stay long in Jacksonville, in Miami?
So I did the crazy thing. So I landed in LA, and then I laid over in LA overnight and caught an early flight the next morning to Miami.
Yeah.
And then with the time difference, the change of flight, I think I can't remember if we changed at Phoenix or Dallas. But by the time I got to Miami, it was like 5 o'clock in the evening.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the whole day was gone. And then the next day was the day I went to see Damo. I spent probably about 4 hours there, and then after that, I went for a drive. I went to Cuban Crafters, which was supposed to be the biggest cigar shop in all of America. And I think they've got that title on a technicality that they've probably got the biggest cigar lounge I've ever seen, and the amount of floor space in the shop area itself. But the humidor itself was definitely not... I mean, it was big, don't get me wrong, but it didn't seem phenomenally bigger than any of the other walk-in humidors at other places I went to. So
that's cool.
But talking about America and cigar shops, I left a little present for you.
Oh no,
I did. Now I've left a present there for you. Have you got it there? You haven't. Oh, here we go. Hang on, let me see if I can swap it around. Hang on, how do I do this? Hang on, I've got to...
I need to push back a bit. What about now? Ooh.
You want to open that up and show us what's inside?
If the damn thing is right.
Open it up and show us what's in there.
It barely fits on a screen, man.
I know.
That's crazy. Oh, brother, man. Oh, look at this fucker. I just look at this shit.
Yeah.
They just fuck.
The Woody. I have been saying for years I'll get you a Woody, and I finally got you one.
Imagine smoking this damn thing. Tell me more about it.
Well, basically, it's the biggest cigar on the market, commercially available.
Wow.
It's a 21-inch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the ring gauge is. Does it say the ring gauge on there? It looks like it's about an 80 or...
Man, seriously. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is 80.
80. 21 by 80.
Oh, man.
It is an 8-hour smoke.
I thought you said it's a 10-hour smoke.
Well, look, if Dan was smoking, it'd probably be a 20. So, David, the Woody in US dollars was $100 US.
Wow.
Wow. So, Tony, yep.
Oh man.
So we need to decide what we're going to do. Like, do we actually have an 8-hour live stream so people can actually watch you smoke it and actually make sure that you do smoke it in one sitting?
How's your ash?
It's still on there. I've got a little bit of a wonky burn, but that might be because I've just had to re-puff it up again.
Are you going real slow, though?
Not too bad. About the same as you.
All right. Now, he dodged the tax department on that. We shouldn't be saying that.
Hey, I hand on heart, everything that I bought in was declared through customs. I can tell you that now. Look, Tony, the number of cigars I've had with Omar, now I'm not a super fast smoker, but I'm also not a slow smoker. I would say I'm pretty average.
Yeah, you're average.
And I always finish my cigars before Omar. Yeah. I finished my cigar and Omar still got a third to half a cigar left.
No, so, not always, but mostly.
Mostly. So yeah. If it's a 10-hour smoke for a normal person... Look, that could be a 15-hour smoke for you. Sorry, 8-hour smoke. That could be a 12 to 15-hour smoke for you.
I reckon I would say 11, 12 hours. Let's just do a long show.
We'll have to set up some sort of stream whereby, people can just sort of drop in and out all through the course of the day just to check that you are still smoking it. But, I don't think anyone wants to suffer just watching you smoke a cigar for 12 hours. But,
hey. At least they can hear me. It's not like Dan. You can't fucking hear nothing. And it's not the face that you want to have on screen for too long. Speaking of faces on the screen, what happened to your girl, Topher?
Look, I don't know. Like, I just got this girly man. Look, my ash has just dropped, and I can't believe it. I didn't aim for it, but it's dropped straight in the ash.
I'm gonna actually my ash is really wonky, but dude, it's like kind of split in the middle, and I might actually just for the fuck of it, I'm just gonna drop it because I usually always win the ash challenges anyway.
Look, my ash is quite flaky. It's sort of like snowing.
It's like
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was kind of like gone all wonky, so I'm not gonna get rid of it.
Yeah.
Let's see where we at.
What's Dan said? Actually, Dan, he'll have to relight that cigar multiple times. I can guarantee it. Every time I smoke a cigar with him, he gets distracted. Customer comes in, friend turns up, mobile phone rings, has to do some little errand, and he puts the cigar down, then comes back and has to relight it. So I reckon a cigar that size for Omar is going to have at least 20 or 30 relights in it. Without
I would just go, man. I would just keep on going with that.
Wait to be seen.
Look,
so Anyway,
All right, man.
what a stick, eh? I said I'd bring you back a cigar, and I brought you back a cigar.
Yeah, well, I think I would say it's probably one of the most uniquest and, nicest gift I've ever had. Thank you, Dama. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And the thing is, too, Topher doesn't get one.
No,
he's not on the show. He doesn't get one.
because he's never here, is he?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't here last month. Was he there last month?
Oh, barely. He had nothing
Barely?
to say. Barely, yeah. So I'm happy for you to sack him if you want to.
Oh, okay.
That's an idea. But look, on the word side, you might have to get Dan on. So I would suggest to keep Topher.
Well, look, to Dan's credit, at least he can blow rings.
Yes, he can. The question is, can he do as many rings as Cigar Man Sam?
Oh. Actually, you know what we should do is next time we have a live hearth, we should have a ring blowing competition.
Yeah. I reckon Sam will probably win because he does multiple. In each exhale, he does about 10 on each. He does that on demand. Yeah.
This is quite settled down quite nicely, this cigar. It's actually a really, really mellow smoke.
Yeah, it's have you still got this tangy spice there?
There's definitely a tang to it.
Yeah.
It's not a Cuban tang.
No.
But it is a tang there of some description.
Spicy kind of tang.
Spicy, a little bit sour there too. I'm picking up a little bit of sourness on that tang.
Yeah, I got the bitterness too. In terms of
Mr. Stu wants a ring off.
Yeah, he want a ring off, huh? Yeah. That's a good point, man. It's a good point, actually. So he's not a certified ringster. He's an accidental ringster. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So when you're saying the smaller ones, Stu, are we talking the Robusto or the Toro or both?
James, what was a highlight of your trip in terms of cigars? If you purely look at cigars,
yeah,
what would you say your highlight? Like you go, wow,
the best cigar I had,
or environment, or
okay, so my favorite cigar smoking environment. That is a really good question. I haven't thought about it. Actually, the stick that I did like the most while I was over there, that I really enjoyed, if I can find it, I'm pretty certain it was a Lotus. I did send you a picture. Yes, Lotus. El Mago Lotus.
El Mago.
Hadn't come across it before. Got recommended to me. So the other thing I did do. Now you're just going to have to excuse me. I definitely have to convert this photo to show you. Yeah, I'm going to convert these photos as well, I think. Just going to convert them so I can share them on the screen. I went to Arizona, so every time I go to the States, I try to do something different. Just because I've never been to Arizona, I thought,
yeah,
I had to. So one of my flights, or actually a couple of my flights, went through Phoenix, but one of my flights to Phoenix, I thought, you know what? I am going to just stop. I am going to get off at Phoenix, have a layover for 2 nights, give me a full day in Phoenix to have a look around and just get to, just see what that environment's like. I was very fortunate. It actually rained when I was there, and apparently that's a really rare thing. Yeah. So I was like, this is rain. Everyone was freaking out of their brains because it's like it's raining, and I didn't realize that rain was such a rare thing in the middle of the Arizona desert, but apparently it is. So I don't know whether I brought the rain with me, but nonetheless, it rained, and it was quite an interesting experience. Didn't rain a lot. It was just sort of those summer days where you get a bit of a storm coming through, and it just rains slow, heavy, not enough to get wet, but enough to sort of make it a bit steamy and muggy.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So I'm just going to add these pickies to. There's that one. And that one. It's good to have really fast internet. So happy the internet where I'm at got speed upgraded with the NBN doohickey, because they're trying to make their stats look good on the global market.
Yeah.
I'm now on a 250/100 plan for the same price I was on before.
Yeah, right.
Not that I can utilize that speed for much, but anyway. So, let's see if anyone can tell me if they know who this is. See how many YouTube cigar fanatics we've got out there.
You reckon? Who do you reckon might be able to guess? Who would you go?
I don't know. I'm hoping one of our viewers can guess. If they don't, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, they gotta. You gotta guess that one, dude.
We have a winner. Yes. Hey, Steve. Well done,
Steve, man.
It is indeed. So, I started off going to the Cigar Daily Lounge and having a cigar. I went there multiple times. Actually, I think I went there 3 times, maybe even 4 times over the course of 2 days. So there I am in the Cigar Daily's Lounge having a cigar, and Steve came. Tim came out and had a chat with him, and then the other guy in that photo, Terrence, in the background there.
Yeah.
He's like the main guy behind the counter when you get there, and he definitely knows the whole range of cigars. And so, most of the time I was just letting him choose a new cigar for me, and he didn't do me wrong. He gave me some great sticks, and the Lotus was one of the ones he chose for me.
Cool.
And anyway, so the one thing I loved about the lounge there, people just turn up, all walks of life. I met a civil works guy, actually met another guy who was in some sort of agricultural equipment, machinery, and just other general workers of other descriptions. It's just such a wonderful culture over there. You just go in by yourself, sit down, have a cigar. Somebody comes in, you start talking about all sorts of things. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you do. You just have a great conversation over a great cigar. I love it. Absolutely. I wish we had that over here. I really, really, really do. Anyway, so there's this other guy in there. I got a conversation going, and he was actually down from Alaska. Wow. And he had a 12-hour or 13-hour layover. And he's like, stuff this, I'm not staying at the airport for 13 hours for my flight. And he's like, oh, I'm in Phoenix. That's where Cigars Daily is. So he's had a similar idea to me. It's like stuff hanging around the airport. I'm going to go and go. So we're talking, and then Tim comes out and starts talking to us. And Tim says, "Oh, what are you boys doing now?" And it's like the other guy's going, "Well, my flight's not till like 11:30 tonight, so I just got to be back at the airport by 10:30." And he goes, "What about you?" And I said, "Well, I'm staying at the hotel literally just down the street, and I got nothing planned other than I got to find something to eat and go to bed." And he goes, "Do you want to sit as a live audience on the Cigar Daily live show tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah." So we both got to sit on the Cigar Daily live show for that night. So Tim even gave me a shout out. So, as a visitor from the cigar professor visiting from Australia. So, and this is their main humidor. So they've got 3 humidors, but this is the one that the general public will go into to purchase their cigars from.
That's pretty cool. Looks
so
nice.
That's sort of standing at one end and looking down to the other, and then from the other end looking back.
That's a lot of sticks there.
It is, and they've actually got 2 more, but the other 2 are mainly for sticks that they don't put on display. So like the Woody and a few of the other more reserve or special items. And then they've got another one where they basically got all of the bulk boxes stored away. So, yeah.
So that was your favorite cigar?
Yeah, look, I really liked it. I think I had the best conversations there. It was the friendliest atmosphere, the most random people I just met with and had great conversations. So Stu's just asked what humidor that was the Cigars Daily in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, look, the Perdomo one only stocks their range, whereas Cigars Daily stocks everyone. So,
of course,
that's the main difference there. When you go from like if I had gone to the Padron or a Tua Fuente or one of those other brands in Miami and gone to their humidors, they would have only had their brands in there as well. So,
well, not sure. Because I went to Davidoff of Geneva, Davidoff of London, and multiple Davidoffs, and they have a range of cigars as well.
But if you go to the Davidoff HQ,
like Davidoff HQ in Geneva.
Oh, they had other brands of cigars other than their own?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. That was quite interesting because they had, from non-Cubans, they had obviously Padron, Plasencia, Fuente, they had Don Pepin, like 4 or 5 brands they had, prestigious ones.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Plasencia and speaking on the fact that the next pack is coming out, do you know what that is?
Okay. Oh my God! You kidding me?
It is your favorite.
It is my favorite Vitola as well.
It is your favorite Vitola as well. You since this is all you can announce it. What is it?
Hey man, Perdomo gone. The new king, Plasencia Reserva Original. Cortez.
Yeah. Cortez, yes. That's in the next pack. Next pack.
Did you reckon that'd be the first cigar for the Christmas, maybe?
I haven't chosen the order yet. Haven't really chosen the batting order. I've got a little bit of a batting order, but that's in there. Next one. I've actually been holding on to this cigar for a while. Get some age on it. I really felt like it needed age.
Oh yeah, Cohiba Red Dot.
Cohiba Red Dot. Yep.
Red. Yeah.
In a Robusto. Now this, just to make sure we don't get the wrong comments out there. This is not a knockoff Cohiba. This is the American market Cohiba. So it is a legitimate Cohiba. It's just not the Cuban Cohiba. It's the Cohiba that is sold into the American market. So that's the other stick. And the last one we're going to do, you're probably not going to be able to see the label on that one. But this is Liga Privada Papa Fritas.
Papa Fritas.
So we've had the nasty fritas, and we like that. And
yes,
so this is a slightly different blend and a bigger cigar, but similar sorts of tobacco. So I'm expecting this to be a nice smoke production as well. Yeah. So that is our next pack. And in our next pack, we have, let me see if I can hold those up as a nice little picture. There we go.
Yes, gorgeous. Very good.
There you go. Plasencia Reserva Original Cortez. The Cohiba Red Dot Robusto, and the Liga Privada Papa Fritas.
That's it. Good lineup.
Great lineup.
I reckon
so that is our next pack. And in our next pack, there is going to be a surprise gift, possibly 2. Yes.
And more and more excited.
I got one gift, and then I got a different gift, and I'm actually now debating I might give both gifts away in the next pack.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You probably got to get people to come in real quick.
But the gift's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to let the people know what the gift is. They got to have some joy, you know. There's got to be some joy in opening a present, you know. So I'm not gift wrapping it for everyone, though. I'm just putting that out there now. I'm not gift wrapping. It will be in the box. You can open the box, and it's the same thing. And you know, you just don't have all the wrapping paper mess that you got to worry about. So
that's right. That's right.
If I gift wrap them, they'll probably get stolen in the postal system. So it's better I don't. So there you go. That's the next pack. So sometime in the next week, by early next week, I should be able to send out the invoices to everybody to get that next pack. So. I haven't had much transition since that initial change on this cigar. How about you?
You're right. I think the only transition I could think or feel is the spice is going up and down. The basic notes are the same. The spice is going up and down. It's got this trajectory, but it becomes dominant, prominent, sweet. You know that. I also got the celery bitterness too. Celery seed, that is. Sorry.
I haven't picked up on that personally. I'm just finding that the ash on this is really, it's just literally snowing off. It looks like somebody's dropped confetti all over my table in front of me from this cigar.
Really?
Yeah. I've never experienced this on a cigar before. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It's still smoking great, still tastes great. I mean, you always have a bit of ash mess when you smoke a cigar. That's why I've got my cigar over the table and not over my lap like bloody Topher does all the time and bloody gets all over himself. But yeah. No, I've just lost your audio there. Hang on, Omar, you've just muted yourself for some reason. One's
better?
There we go. Yep.
Should I just drink it?
You want to say that again?
Nah, I was just saying on the celery seed note, it was just going in and out, and it's dominantly, it's got that bitterness that is very spicy.
So you know how when you get a celery note, it's usually like a really fresh celery note, almost that sort of, you know how sometimes that celery, especially that like towards the leaf, it gets that real sharp, bitter celery?
Yeah.
But something like if you go down towards the base, you get that really almost slightly sweet, juicy celery note.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting more of that juicy celery note, not the bitter
spice. With some spice.
Yeah.
It's still got some spice in it.
Congratulations, Dan. That is
That's
definitely worthy of a cigar. That is really, really good to hear, and particularly in our environment in this country at the moment, to see a business doing well is absolute blessing. It's really, really, really good.
News, yes. That's an absolute beautiful news.
Great question, Tony. Love it. Interesting thing. Look, maybe this is just a thing. Being in cigar lounges and speaking to cigar smokers, I never spoke to a single person who voted Democrat in the whole time I was there. Or at least anyone who cared to admit they voted Democrat. I spoke to a few people who were lifelong Democrats that gave up voting for the Democrats after Biden and now become Trump supporters. They're not diehard Trump supporters. They don't think that Trump's a saint or an angel or he's wonderful, but they think he was better than the alternative and seems to be doing a satisfactory job. I did spend a fair bit of time in the Midwest, in Nebraska and South Dakota. And I tell you what, in that part of America, you probably don't want to be a Democrat in those towns. You just be shunned. I think it'd be like when the Amish shun you from their society. I think if you're a Democrat in the Midwest, you'd be shunned from society. They're all in the Midwest. They're all diehard Trump fans, but the sentiment towards Trump at the moment is they just wish things would move a lot quicker. Things would come through to fruition a bit quicker. There is a bit of disappointment that the Doge didn't do more. They really wanted to see a bit more like the Javier Milei in Argentina and actually some mass sackings of government. But I'm not, totally around American politics, but I do believe that there's a lot of issues going on, that the Democrats have still got mechanisms that are stifling what Trump does and what he wants to do. But yeah, you're right. Yes, Dan, they were shipping them in to vote for Trump. So it seems to be, and this is my take on it, that really it's just Portland in Oregon, LA in California, Chicago and New York and Washington are really just the epicenters of Democrat voters, and everywhere else is Republican. That's what I felt when I was over there. So, but it was interesting because I think this was my 5th trip to America. There was definitely a change in the air. There was a bit of, I don't know how to describe it. There was a little bit more ease in letting the government do its thing, if that makes sense. People were not as worried about what was going on in politics as in previous trips that I've been over there. And the other interesting thing I found was very, very interesting was religion was being very openly discussed while I was there. I actually had quite a few conversations in cigar settings, having cigars with people on religion and religious conversations, which, in American culture, that's sort of a bit like taboo. You don't talk politics or religion to strangers. And it seems that, that might just be the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk assassination, because I was in Salt Lake City for about a week. And then from Salt Lake City, I went to Phoenix, which, coincidentally is, Salt Lake City is where he was assassinated, and Phoenix is where he was based. So there does seem to be a lot of, awakening or sensitivity to not only that this was a political, but also a sort of a political religious assassination. So I guess that's probably why these topics are on the conversation of just strangers that you meet in the cigar lounge. So yeah, but anyway, that's my experience, Tony. So Yes, Stu. It could be. I mean, it's a very light light draw. It does look, by the weight of it and the draw of it, you'd think it is a light pack, but then when I actually squeeze it, it is quite firm. So, look, is it bothering me? Not really. I'm just making an observation here. You know, sharing in total honesty what's going on for me with this cigar. So
You barely have problems with box presses.
it's not a problem. Like, it's just something different. You smoke a million cigars, you're always going to have, you know, some different things occur over that period of time. I mean, you should know, being the man that's probably smoked 2 or 3 million. So,
Yeah, I think I have a bias towards the box presses.
look, there is something that I find the box press does for the burn and the draw. I do think that a box press cigar does produce a nicer smoke somehow.
Yeah. Did you want to speak? So, have you thought about the date for the next cigar?
Well, this is something that I was hoping you boys would discuss at my absence last month. The next one is on the 31st, which is New Year's Eve, which I am working on. Now, I have done one show in the past that I joined in on. If I do that, we'll probably have to do the Papa Fritters to make it a quick smoke, because I'll probably need to leave at the 9 o'clock mark. And that would also mean that either you or Topher would have to take over the show, because once I have to leave, I've just got to go and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
All the alternative is we look at another day to have the cigar on. You know, do we do it sometime between Christmas and New Year's? I mean, that's another option as well.
Yeah. What would be your ideal day if that's the case?
Okay, so Christmas Day I go to the in-laws, which are a couple of hours out of town. And then I usually come home on Boxing Day because we've got pets and chickens and all sorts of things I've got to look after. So I will be around the night of the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. Not sure where my 30th will place me. I've got a funny suspicion with the new laws that the government's brought in that I will have to transport the fireworks. So on New Year's Eve, I'm doing the fireworks at Coogee Beach. And it's a big show. But the rules, I think, as they stand, as I understand them at the moment, is that I'll have to drive from the storage facility, which is 3.5 hours away, straight to the job site on that day. So I probably will be that night in Canberra so that night's probably not a good night for me. So, yeah, like, I mean, we could look at 26, 27, 28, 29. Or the first few days of January, perhaps. Second, third, fourth.
What's resonating with you the most?
Look, I mean, I've got the most time to chill, and if we do that, we'll do one of the bigger sticks if we do it before the 31st, other than the 31st. But I guess what do our viewers think?
Yeah, ask the boys, see where they at.
Hey, Sam, sexy man. It's been a long time since I've been you on the show.
You haven't been on it for a while.
I saw his sexy little video clip that he did of the nasty fritters I gave him on Saturday.
Did he?
He did. Little turn, little twist back and forward.
Yeah, that's Sammy.
Little bounce video. Saw it.
Yeah, that's him. That's Sammy.
Yes.
That's absolutely Sammy for you.
All right, gentlemen, watching the show. What are your thoughts for next month's Herf, because I also do know that a lot of people have, things that they're doing on New Year's Eve. So, a lot of people go to New Year's Eve parties or have friends and stuff over. So it might not be the most convenient one for you. You got another night. I know a lot of people are on holidays between Christmas and New Year. So is sometime in that week a better option for you guys?
So I think I agree with you. I think we could potentially go just before or after.
Okay, so Boxing Day's out for Dan. Stu reckons Topher mentioned Boxing Day. Not New Year's Eve, any other date. Well, thank you, Dave. Yep. If we don't do it on Boxing Day, would it be better on the weekend, like on a Saturday night?
Next Saturday?
No, so Saturday the 27th, after Christmas.
Yeah.
Saturday after Christmas. Yeah. Would a Saturday night work for people? Is that a good? Yeah. So Stu's mentioned the day after Boxing Day, which is the Saturday night, Saturday the 27th.
Yeah.
So Stu's for it. Dan's for it.
Yeah, that can actually work.
Yep, Tony's up for the 27th. Well, I reckon we got ourselves a winner. Thanks, gents. Well, that works well. And you know what? Because I will probably be flying solo at home, I might even just do it from my backyard like I've done once or twice before.
Yeah.
Because I don't normally get to have cigars at home because my wife, as part of her health and autoimmune issues, has some sort of hypersensitivity in her sense of smell. And I kid you not, someone like 2 doors away this morning put on perfume, and she was complaining about the smell of perfume. I actually had to go outside and sniff the air to find out what she was smelling. And it was like someone a couple of doors away had obviously put on perfume and walked outside, and she's smelling it inside our house from like a couple of houses down. So that's how sensitive my wife's smelling is. So you can imagine what having a cigar in the backyard's like for her.
That'd be crazy, man.
That's why I'm always up at your shop having the cigars, because it's far enough away she can't smell them.
That's your best option.
That's right. And you're there. Fantastic.
All right.
That's a possibility, Stu. That's a possibility. This is true. This is true.
As overpowering it is, it's so much better than a BO, right?
Yes. Well, look, I'm like you. I like my aftershave. I like my scented soaps, but I sort of have to wait till I'm away on holidays or business trips to fully indulge in all those things.
Or when you come and see me.
Mate, she knows when I've been around you.
Serious?
She said she can actually smell your aftershave on me after I come home.
Fuck.
She's like, you've been hanging around Omar again. That's his aftershave.
We are dead, both of us. We got no chance. Oh, that's fucked.
I tell you what, that retro on this cigar is absolutely just so smooth and pleasant.
It is. It is too. It is too.
we did find all the people that we mistakenly got the 5 people that got the wrong cigar, which is good. I think I managed to get them all sorted out, but 3 of them opted for me to do some workout in the next pack for them. So if you're watching the show and you're one of those people, just make sure you remind me. I can think of 2 of the 3 people off the top of my head. I'd have to check down who the 3rd one is, but yeah, just remind me so we can work out whatever the arrangement I made with you was for that next pack to sort out the difference.
Good idea.
Wow. Ash is dropping quite frequently on this cigar. It's not a cigar you'd be smoking for the Ash challenge, I can tell you.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Now, who was I with recently? Somebody I was with recently really was stacking up the ash on their cigar.
Who?
I can't remember. It was since I got back from I think it might have been somebody I was smoking. One of your friends were having cigars with at the front of your place.
What? No, I can't remember.
No,
That's Saturday.
Anyway, I don't think it was Dan. I had a cigar with Dan the other week on my drive, but that was a very small cigar. We had a little Connecticut shade undercrown in a cigarello size. I said I've got 20 minutes, and even 20 minutes on that cigar was I was struggling to get through the cigar quick enough.
Where's your cigar at now?
I reckon I'm about the halfway mark, I think. Maybe not quite the halfway mark.
Not the halfway mark, okay.
Yes, it was, Dan. It was a very nice cigar. Anyway, I see that Tim from Cigars Daily has just done a collab with Steve Sarker.
Really?
Yes. Mind you, if you watch one of his videos that he posted about 4 or 5 days ago, he did have a bit of a tongue-in-cheek whinge about how he had to badger and pester him for about 3 years to get the project off the ground. But I am very keen to look at having a try of it. I spoke to them and they actually said that they would be willing to sell just obviously retail. They don't do wholesale, but some retail sticks of theirs to me because they've also got some of their own branded sticks as well, which I had while I was there that were pretty good as well. So,
oh really?
And shipped to Australia. So they said they shipped to a few customers in Canada. They can't imagine it's any more difficult to ship to Australia than Canada. Obviously, the tax is my issue when it arrives, but still they're willing to ship to me.
Yeah, cool. That's pretty cool.
They did. Sam, you missed a photo before. Hang on, I'm going to just dig up that photo for Sam again. If I can find it. There it is. There we go, Sam. I got to be the behind the scenes live audience on a Cigars Daily live show while I was there.
Dems, how come you were not smoking?
Well, actually, I was. I'd already had 4 cigars by that stage, and this was sort of an impromptu Photoshop and then photo opportunity rather. And Tim just grabbed a cigar that was beside him and threw it in my hand. So,
Gotcha.
What episode was it? Hang on, I'll tell you. It was on the American date. It was Wednesday the 22nd. So that was probably the one that came out on the 23rd, our time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of last month, that is too.
Cool.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Stu, that humidor is just a one that they have in there for some of Tim's stash and mostly for the visual in the studio. When I was there, Tim just walks into the main humidor and grabs a cigar and lights it up. That's Omar's dream. Cigar shop. Just walk in, grab whatever he wants, and lights it up.
Imagine that,
Mind
dude.
you, if Omar had a cigar shop, I don't know whether they'd actually make a profit.
Nah, it won't work. It won't work. Probably not the best idea.
That's probably why Cigar Man Sam doesn't invite you over to his place.
He gets scared.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah. He gets all sorts of...
He's probably got other humidors that he's hidden away so you don't know about them.
Yeah, he kind of hides his shit. Yeah, we should scare him because he barely just got back.
Yeah, look, Daniel, I agree. There's that tang. That tang's still there for me. Not sure if I'm there with the nutmeg. I'm definitely there with the spice.
Yeah, I'm there for the spice too. And that celery thing that we spoke about, that's kind of still there. Hasn't gone away at all.
Look, except for that one time I had to touch it up because I was talking too much and showing off the cigars and it sort of almost went out on me.
Yeah.
It's been burning perfectly.
It is. It's pretty good.
So, what are you drinking tonight?
I got some coconut water, man. And keeping it light. Got it early morning. What you got?
I've got soda water with bitters.
Nice.
And then I've just got a tonic water as well.
Just in case.
I was just in the mood for tonic water at the moment, so
that's cool.
I go through stages. I sometimes have a fad for tonic water for a little while, and then I go off it and don't go near it for a few months.
Yeah, I noticed that. Where at you with the cigar?
That's an interesting point, Stu. You know what that means? I'm probably going to have to go back and smoke the other two now just to go back and see if I can... and Omar's going to want me to bring one around for him so he can join me. We can check whether that's the case.
I can't remember, but he's probably right.
Yeah, look, it's such a shame that this brand went out. I really rate their cigars. Like, they didn't have a massive selection of cigars, but the ones that they did, I think, really, for the price that they were, punched well and truly above their weight.
Yeah, they definitely punched above the weight for sure.
Yeah,
There's no.
so a little bit of a sad story, and this is what I've pieced together from what I've read and what I've spoken to a few people. It seems to be that Hammer and Sickle had to change their business name when the Ukraine war kicked off, because
Yeah.
there was this trade ban on anything Russian in
Yes. Yes.
America. And
Yeah.
although there wasn't, even though it's an American company, I think there was sort of like this pressure to sort of not present as anything affiliated Russian. Anyway, so they're in the process of trying to work out what to do with the rebrand, and they sold off. They didn't want to go through and rebrand all their stock, so they sold off all of their stock really, really cheap to clear it out. And in the process of doing that, the guy that owned the business passed away. He was elderly.
Yeah.
And then the kids took over the business, but the kids were not passionate about cigars at all.
Cigars at all, yeah.
And they just looked at it, and it just looked all too difficult, all too hard for them.
Yeah.
And so basically they just let it slide. They just went, no, we'll just fold it up, sell it off, and close it down. And so that's what happened.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Look, with there was a bit of a go slow with security in all the airports because of no one getting paid. So every time I went to the airport, there'd be like particularly in LA when I came in, there's like 40 counters at immigration, but there was only 5 of them open.
Wow.
And there was a massive queue. Like, there had to have been, seriously, there must have been 4 or 5 plane loads of people queued up to go through.
Wow.
So it took me a good hour and 40 from joining the queue before I got through. Getting my ESTA was quite easy. I was actually surprised they issued my ESTA for 2 years, so obviously they thought I must have been a very good asset to go to America. Maybe they were hoping I was going to replace Rudd or something. I don't know. But when you apply for your ESTA now, you've actually got to give them links to your social media accounts. And they basically look at your social media accounts to see whether you're a person they want to grant access to their country. So all my pro-Trump comments obviously went in my favor. So that last-minute photo of me wearing a MAGA hat, So actually, hang on. There's one more photo I've got to try and bring up. See if I can find it. I might not have it here. There it is. That one. That one. Just got to convert the files. So one of these photos was on my last day in America. My American friends made me pose for this photo. All right, where are we? Import the photo. That one. And also bring in that one as well. There we go. That's me smoking a cigar, posing with an AR-15, with a Trump banner, American flag, and the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
That's pretty cool, buddy.
So I wasn't planning on posing for it, but I was sort of coerced into posing. So maybe that's my get into America for the rest of my life.
Yeah, probably.
Passport. You never know. That's probably what's going to get me in. Now, do you want to see the guy who got me into cigars?
Yeah, obviously. David.
So there I am on the left. The guy in the middle, his name's Wilhelm, and he's from the Netherlands. And the guy on the right with the baseball cap, that guy's Dave, and he's the guy that gave me my very first cigar. Now, the guy in the middle, I've spoken to him a few times over the years, but never met him, and just happened to be at the conference that I was attending in America in Salt Lake City. And he's also a cigar smoker as well. But funnily enough, he only smokes cigars because of Dave also. So the three of us at the end of the last night of the conference went out the front of the hotel and smoked cigars together. So
that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So Dave is the reason I have cigars, and the cigar professor even exists. So there you go.
Yeah. Mr. Stu, hey?
He's down to a nub size. You're going fast. We're going really, really slow on this one.
Yeah, I just touched it up. I think you and I are almost the same.
Yep. It was, Stu. So that guy, Dave, is a distributor of one of the products that my wife's company distributes in Australia. And Wilhelm is the European distributor for him. And he's actually going into retirement, and his daughter is taking over the business. And I'm one of these old school business people. It's all about relationship and friendship. I like to shake the hand and speak to people face to face and actually get to know the people that I'm dealing in business with.
Yeah.
And so I know Dave very well, but I didn't know his daughter all that well. So I got to go over and spend a few days with his daughter and her husband and the staff that are running the business now, because most of the staff that I knew in the business have actually retired or moved on to other jobs, because I haven't been over there since 2017. That was the last time I was in America.
Yeah,
I was actually planning to go in 2020, but we know what happened then. And so this has really been the first opportunity to get over there, and I just felt it was the right time to go across.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I'll probably be going over in 2 years' time again, if not before, but definitely 2 years, because 2 years will mark a 20-year business relationship with that company. And so he's quite excited. So I think he's planning a cigar smoking road trip somewhere in America. He quite likes the road trips and smoking cigars back to back while driving across the countryside. So I think that's what's installed for me on the next trip there. Wow, the boys are smoking fast tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Just a question, gents. Is the draw on your cigar quite easy, quite loose as well? Or is it just me that's got that? Because I'm being very, very restrained on this cigar, and that's probably also why I'm smoking it slowly. I'm just wondering if everybody else is just finding it easy to power through.
Mine's perfect. My draw is perfect.
Can't complain about the smoke production on this thing, though. Beautiful amount of smoke production.
Yeah.
Look, we're about an hour 30 into since I lit up this cigar, and I reckon I've still got another 20 or 30 to go.
Yeah, look, I think you need to put your foot down a little bit.
Okay, so Dan's had a very easy draw as well.
Yeah.
Tony, on the other hand, tight, having to work at it. And I will say that is the one thing that does occasionally happen on box cigars too, because when they actually make a box cigar, I always thought that they just pressed a cigar and that was it. But actually, when you make a box cigar, you actually have to pack a box press cigar differently to a rolled cigar, because as you box press it, you actually compact the tobacco, but you've got to do it in a different way so as it doesn't create a tight draw. So look, there was one main transition in 5 minutes after lighting up. Light up for me was very, very heavy on black pepper, a bit of leather, and a light cedar note there. It's but after that, it's been pretty much consistent the whole way. It's got a bit of a tang, a bit of a sort of almost sweet, juicy celery note to it. Bit of floral on the retro. As it's starting to pick up a little bit of strength as I'm heading into the final third. Maybe even a little bit like a flat white coffee in there for me as well. But definitely a bit of mixed spice in there.
Yeah, look.
Very, very, very pleasant, very easy approach. Like, this is one of the sticks you could just be smoking while you're having a great time talking with other people and not have to worry about the cigar whatsoever.
Yeah. Very easy smoke. I don't think it's a beginner cigar. I think it suits people like us and the cigar professors. Not to say cigar professors, not for beginners, but I think I find it to be a cigar that a cigar smoker would smoke. Probably not the first cigar you want to have.
Yep.
If you get into a cigar journey and you have had a couple of cigars and 3-4 cigars, and as you want to experiment, this is what you do. And it's a very unique cigar. I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's probably one of those cigars that are very difficult to compare with other cigars as well.
Mm-hmm.
You go, oh, this was that, and that, and that. But this is fundamentally a very unique cigar. And I really like unique cigars.
Well, I like, cigars that you'll never experience again. And I think the reason I like that is that I like the diversity of cigars out there. And I think that one of the things that I like to do is I don't want to miss out on something, if that makes sense. Like, you're not going to be able to get that cigar again, but I'd like to at least try it once just so I know what it was.
Yes.
Not necessarily because I want to have it again, but you just never know, and it gives you a much better reference encyclopedia to go back to when you're having other cigars. Yeah, I'm with you there, Dan. Especially the Connecticut, the white box Connecticut. In my own personal stash, I've probably still got 7 or 10 of those cigars left. But yeah, actually, Stu was very, very blessed. Quite a while back, I was in Melbourne. I think it was June, maybe end of June, early July. and Stu came over to pick up some stuff from me that I'd brought down from him. He ordered the Perdomo ashtray and cutter and mug. And because I was driving down to Melbourne, I'd rather bring it down and give it to him in person rather than risk putting it through the post and have it get broken or damaged. And he was happy to wait. And so he came over to pick it up, and I broke open my little travel humidor. And most cigars I put in my travel humidor, I always try to put 2 of everything in there because, you know, I always like to share a cigar with someone where I can. And it's always nice for you both to be smoking the same thing. And when I opened up my humidor and had a little dig through, I had 2 of those there. So Stu was very, very gracious to accept one of those. Okay. So you're getting a bit of a nicotine hit now. Wonder if David Line is still with us. He's definitely our king of letting us know about the nicotine hit. I must admit my tolerance to nicotine has increased since being in America and having so many damn cigars. The first few days of having 3 or 4 cigars, I could tell you I was feeling a little bit of nicotine on the 4th cigar. Not much, not enough to really affect me, just enough to know that it was there.
Yeah.
But now I can punch through one cigar and don't notice anything. Yes, it sounds about right, Dan. I would have sent you a photo. Yep. Okay. David's got a bit of a nicotine hit as well.
Oh yeah. That's okay. It's a full body cigar, I think.
And it's also a big cigar.
Yeah,
we're talking a Churchill. We're not talking a Robusto. You know, we're talking, 50% more tobacco than what's in a Robusto. You've got a slightly bigger ring gauge and a bit longer as well. So, David, are you back in Australia? Are you still traveling around the world at the moment? That's a good point, Stu. I didn't think of that at the time. I did actually have a few cigars over the last little while that I have done that too.
Yeah.
Actually, what was the cigar you and I had the other day? That was the Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. What was it? I keep thinking Peter, but it was the anyway, it was a limited edition. It was a what was it? An 8.5 by. Was it a 50 ringer?
Quid Rosé.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is
it was
that
a special.
Right? How do you pronounce?
I had to do another cut on that to free it up. So
it was a Mickey Reader, no?
The oddcast is better. Yes, well they're talking about politics and criticizing people.
Mickey Reader.
Mind you, David, there would have been plenty of cigars though, so
yeah,
you could have made up with that. I can't remember, Stu. Actually, I'm getting a really interesting taste on the lips now from that cigar. Have you noticed that?
Mm.
It's a sour, sweet, mixed spice. Still got it on the lips. I'm actually getting a little bit of that pepper back as well. Sweet, sour, and spice on the lips.
It is.
Was it Doha that you said there was a really good cigar lounge at the airport, Omar?
Yeah, it's the Doha first class lounge. It's out of control. Oh, it's Saudi Arabia, man. In there are so many lounges. They're in hundreds. I don't know where David went, but yeah, they're in Riyadh and Jeddah, pronounce it in English. So many lounges and so many exclusive lounges. David kind of missed that.
The comment, the moral of this story is, if anyone on this channel is planning a trip to the Middle East, reach out to Omar and he'll hook you up with all the go-to places to have a good cigar.
We'll get people to pick you up and take you to cigar bars and everything.
Mind you, I tell you what is good over there is the coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had coffee over there, but I've had on numerous occasions. Some of your friends have brought back coffee for us to have, and it has been phenomenal. They make Australian coffee scene look amateur.
Yeah. The coffees you get there, it's the money that they don't care about that. I just want to have best of the best. And look, they aren't, well, obviously they're cheaper than Australia, but in standards, those lounges are expensive, yes. Unless you buy from the shops and, but I think Doha is very cheap. It's very, very cheap for all cigars. So that's just, David might have gone to the traditional places, not the specialty coffee places. There are hundreds of specialty coffee places that are just bringing some of the best coffees ever. Again, if
I'm
they
gonna have to do a little touch up. See that sign, and then I turn it around. You can see the leaf is not burnt down. So I'm just going to do a little touch up. Still burning nicely, but this far in the game, I don't want it to try and push through a bad burn.
Yeah, I might touch up too.
Stu, this is Omar's story, and I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for people that just don't love a cigar enough to keep it lit.
Nah, just touching it up. You got to keep it lit.
So, David, when you say similar prices, are we talking similar prices to Australia?
No, there's no one similar to Australia.
With the amount of criticism and problems that they're having in tobacco in Australia at the moment, I am waiting with bated breath as to whether they will push through with a 6.25%, 6.5% increase in the tobacco tax on March 1 next year. It'll be interesting to see whether that actually comes to. Look, that's not an excuse. You know what? I kid you not. Omar just takes the cigar to the toilet with him.
You're not supposed to say that. It's probably half the price of Australia, if not less.
Yeah, look, I look, the cigars weren't ridiculously cheap when I was in America. Like, you could actually buy really cheap cigars. So when I was at Cuban Crafters in Miami, they actually had, you wouldn't believe it. So one of the draw cards of Cuban Crafters is that they actually have a roller working in their shop, rolling cigars in front of your eyes, and they've got the table set up, and you can look through the glass window and watch them, and they'll roll them fresh for you straight away. The one day that I'm there was just the one day that the roller wasn't here. They said, come back tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm flying out like 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I can't come back tomorrow. So, yeah, it was a little bit...
Damn, you didn't have to dog me in about the bathroom thing of taking cigar in the bathroom, man. Seriously. Just it's like a big dubbing, man.
But look, you don't want the cigar to be ruined or go out, you know? You're enjoying it too much. You don't let a good cigar get in the way of your other duties.
Hey, the complaints I get about the toilets smell like a cigar, it's really bad. Anyway, who cares? They can all complain.
I'm just surprised there's not an ashtray mounted on the wall in there.
David.
Actually, one of the interesting things that I picked up on when I was in America, so when you go to a cigar lounge, they actually have like a little cord with a lighter and a cutter between every couple of lounges, so that you don't just sit down and you can cut and light your cigar. But a lot of people, when they're out and about having cigars, generally don't have a cutter with them. So quite often I was in America, and this happened to me numerous times. I'd be given a cigar, or I'd be with people and give them a cigar, and we didn't have a cutter with me because obviously I was being hosted and driven around by various people. The way they do it in America is they actually use their fingernails on their thumb and their index finger, and you go, you press it in around and around and around and around and around. Once you've sort of cut through the tobacco leaf in a circle, you then actually just pinch it and pull it off. And I actually got quite good at it, and I didn't actually mind that as a means of smoking the cigar.
Yeah, similar to punch. Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar, same thing.
Yeah, but much bigger hole.
Much bigger hole, yeah.
The Dunny door. Yep.
I think I'm almost done.
I'm not going to make comments on that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, I've got a punch on my key ring too, but I left my keys in home. There was no point me traveling around the world with a set of keys and risk losing them. And not only that, I'm sure that security wouldn't have liked a cigar punch on a key ring.
Nah.
But I did give Tim at Cigars Daily one of our Cigar Professor Dual Flame lighters. He quite liked it. And I gave one to Nick Perdomo. And then I gave one to Nicholas Perdomo, his son. Absolutely loved it. I wouldn't be surprised if Perdomo come out with a Perdomo branded cigar like the Cigar Professor lighter. Or not a cigar lighter, a lighter the same as ours, because Nicholas, they don't have one at the moment in their range. At the moment, they're only selling some cheap disposables, and also they're selling the Sickle brand in their own store. This one here, they've discontinued. I actually bought the last two that they had in stock while I was there. But they had too many issues with the charging circuits on them, and not charging the battery properly. So They decided to not continue with that one, and they're in the process of looking for something else. So if you see them come out with the same as us, you know where that idea came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is still going absolutely gorgeous for me. Whereabouts are you at?
I'm almost done.
Starting to get a little bit of a dryness on the tail end of this cigar now. Yeah, they're a great lighter. The cutter that they put out with that particular pack, their perfect cutter, absolutely great. I love that cutter. But the new cutter that they've got now, they've actually got three. They've got a gold, a red, and a blue, and it's basically the Sickle cutter that's been branded with Damo on it. So that's a very good cutter that they're doing.
Cutter, yeah.
I mean, Sickle's a great brand. Yeah, Stu got the red one. Did you get the blue one as well, from memory, Stu? I just can't remember. So you're done on your cigar now?
Almost, yeah.
Almost. Definitely a good 2-hour smoke.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a decent, at minimal, you could do an hour and 15 minutes in it because we went a little bit slow. An hour,
Yeah.
15 minutes, 2 hours. That's what it is. Actually, it is, yeah.
You don't often get a 2-hour cigar these days, do you? I mean, we should have timed that one we had on Saturday. I can't remember what that went for.
Nah, there was definitely over 2 hours.
That was a 2-hour cigar as well.
Yeah,
You'd expect 2 hours from 8.5-inch length cigar. So
yeah,
basically, it was a Churchill with an extra 1.5 inches on it, wasn't it?
absolutely. Yeah.
So imagine tonight's stick with an extra 1.5 inches on it. That was what Omar and I had. That was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, last Saturday. I think I'm definitely done.
Yeah, I'm not far off it either. Flavor's still great though.
Yeah, it was amazing till the end.
Interesting. In America, I was expecting a lot more people to put their cigars down about the band or just past the band, but quite a lot of guys over there are, smoking them right down to the, probably putting it down about now. So that was something that I noticed was a little bit different this time around in America. In times past when I've been there having cigars, you get down to the band, take the band down, off, smoke down a little bit past where the band is, but not much more past the band.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a question to be asking Omar. He doesn't even know what a nicotine buzz is.
There's no nicotine.
I'm still trying to find a cigar that has the most nicotine in the world to give him.
Well, it took you around the globe to get me that, so let's find out.
Yeah, well, we don't. That will be interesting.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
It is starting to get a little bit hot though.
Yeah, it's got a little bit hot, but it's still went well.
Well, I think that's the show for tonight. Actually,
it is a show for.
Thank you everyone who joined us. Topher obviously never made it back, and
No,
it'll be interesting to see whether he joins us on the next show. We'll send him an invite and see whether he feels like he wants to grace us with his presence.
It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Thank you, Stu. Merry Christmas to you.
Well, hopefully we get to have a cigar.
Just a reminder for everyone before we go. Next pack has been announced on this show. The cigars in this pack, Omar's absolute favorite, the Plasencia Reserva Original in Cortez Vitola. The American Cohiba Red Dot. And the Liga Privada Papa Fritas. Yeah. So, if I can hold them in one hand again. That is the next pack. So beautiful. Keep an eye on your emails. At some point in the next few days, probably the weekend, I will get the invoices out to everybody. And in the next pack, as an end-of-year Christmas present, I will be including 2 little gifts in your order. I'm not saying what they are. You'll have to buy the pack and find out what they are. One thing I will tell you, though, one of the gifts, everyone will get identical. One of the other gifts, everyone will get something different.
Ooh. That's something.
So and there you go.
Because it's going to be the Christmas rush, you got to tell people to put the orders in as quick as they can so you can ship them out as quick as you can.
Yeah, because shipping gets hectic at this time of year. The system gets bogged down. Yep.
And you got to send them out real quick too.
Yeah, I will be wanting to try and get them all sent out in the next fortnight, just to make sure everybody gets them with plenty of time to spare. Because the postal system pretty much grinds to a halt come the 24th of December. Exactly. And you don't really see a great deal of postage going on until the new year. So that being said, keep an eye on your emails. That pack's coming out, and we will see you on the 27th, Saturday the 27th next month, just given where Christmas and New Year's fall. So that'll be a Saturday show for something different, and hopefully you can all join us then. And maybe being on a Saturday, Topher won't join us again. It'll be another pleasant show like it was tonight.
It'd be an amazing show.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.
Over and out.